The Great Gatsby, written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, is narrated by a man named Nick Carraway. The story is centered around Gatsby, a man who may not appear to be who he claims. Gatsby is a wealthy man who rebuilds his entire identity around living much of his life in poverty. He throws extravagant parties in hopes to regain the admiration of Daisy Buchanan, who chooses to marry Tom Buchanan in East Egg, home to the uppermost class of New York. Daisy's name is ironic in the way that a daisy is meant to be beautiful, fresh, and pure, which happens to be the polar opposites of her true personality. Although almost each character of The Great Gatsby reflects the shallowness of the upper class in the 1920s, Fitzgerald uses Daisy Buchanan as the primary lens to display this. For example, Daisy shows she is shallow in the way that she picks to marry Tom over Gatsby because she would prefer to be with a man who will provide anything she could ever ask for, instead of the one she has genuine feelings for. Suddenly, with a restrained sound, Daisy bent her head into the shirts and began to cry stormily. "They're such beautiful shirts," she sobbed, her voice muffled in the thick folds. "It makes me sad because I've never seen such beautiful shirts before." This quote is from the scene in which Daisy visits Gatsby. Gatsby dumps his silk shirts onto the bed as a means of flaunting his wealth in front of Daisy. She's emotional after seeing the shirts, realizing what Gatsby could have provided for her if she had married him. Although Daisy is genuinely in love with him, Daisy weds Tom because at the time of their marriage, his wealth far exceeded that of Gatsby's. Once Daisy sees how wealthy Gatsby became, she is upset. If Daisy would have known that his wealth would ever have exceeded that of Tom's, she may have married Gatsby instead. Daisy is in love with Gatsby. The extent of her love for Tom is unclear. After it is revealed that Gatsby gains his wealth through bootlegging, Daisy prefers to stay with Tom. Daisy will always prefer the man who she knows will provide for her and the man who is guaranteed to get her whatever she desires. Fitzgerald also portrays the way in which individuals of the upper class are commonly out for their own interests when Daisy hits Myrtle, Tom's mistress, with Gatsby's car. Daisy shows she's out for her own interests because she is determined to get whatever she wants, even if it means hurting someone in the process. This explains that Daisy has little care for others and is not even bothered by the fact that she killed someone. "Well, I tried to swing the wheel," Gatsby broke off, and suddenly I guessed at the truth. "Was Daisy driving?" "Yes," he said after a moment, "but of course I'll say I was." This depicts the scene where Gatsby and Nick are chatting outside Tom's house prior to the accident. Gatsby takes blame for the accident, and Daisy allows him to do this. Gatsby will do anything Daisy asks of him in order to win her love. This reiterates the way in which Daisy is out for her own interests. She does not care that people will blame Gatsby for the horrific accident. As the other characters convey selfish and shallow attitudes through their actions, it appears that Daisy is the primary character through which Fitzgerald intends to reflect the haughtiness of the upper class.